So if you're watching this video, it's very likely that, like me, you sat down and watched the NBA draft lottery last night. It certainly was a highly anticipated event. I was excited about it because you got the big 7'5" French fry motherfucker, Victor Wembanyama. He's the crown jewel, the prize of this draft. And a few things I want to talk about here before I actually get to my mock draft, which, you know, with it being right after the lottery, I just did lottery picks 1 for 14. That's all I got the energy for right now, so that's what you get. But a couple of quick reactions here. Number one, Victor Wembanyama. I've been hearing about him for a couple of years. I've been paying attention to him for a couple of years. I've been watching him for a couple of years. He absolutely is a special prospect. Like, he's got this weird mix of a lot of different players. Of, you know, everybody from freaking Gobert and Dirk and Durant and Sabonis. Yeah, I'm throwing out different names in different categories. Like, he's got a lot of this shit, right? And an incredibly hyped up prospect, especially when you go to social media, especially when you go to the internet. But ESPN and their ball gagging last night over the narrative that they're trying to set. Look, I understand you have an agenda. You have a story you're trying to sell. But stop insulting the intelligence of your fucking audience to do so. If you said that Victor Wembanyama was one of the most highly touted prospects of the past 20 to 25 years, that's legit. If you said he is one of the most eagerly anticipated prospects, that's legit. If you say he has a chance to be that next dude of the NBA, that is also legit. When I hear Woj and others start talking about this could be the greatest prospect of all time, gag me all fucking ready. He's not the most hyped prospect of all time. His hype is, I don't even think, on the level of Zion Williamson from a few years ago, let alone LeBron James. LeBron James? Y'all used to carry his fucking high school games back in 2002 and 2003. And these were in the days of frickin' print media, and you had to watch TV, and that was it. You didn't have all the internet shit to go check out LeBron James. And everybody knew who the fuck he was from the time he was like 16 years old. Ain't no way in goddamn hell Wembanyama is as eagerly anticipated as a prospect as LeBron James was. Go fuck right off. I'd argue back in 95, Kevin Garnett was a more eagerly anticipated prospect because of the whole high school to NBA jump. And here's the kid that's from South Carolina that went to Chicago Farragut his last year. Him and Ronnie Fields playing there. And if we want to go there, the most eagerly anticipated prospect in NBA history is Lou Alcindor. End of discussion. 1969. Like, imagine the fortunes of the Bucks and Suns franchises if the coin toss went differently and it landed in favor of the Suns instead of the Bucks. The Bucks won a championship in his second year. Tim Duncan in 97 was an incredibly eagerly hyped up prospect. So miss me with that shit about Wembanyama is the most eagerly anticipated, most exciting prospect the NBA's ever had coming in. Bullshit. Next up. If you want to keep up the illusion in NBA that the draft lottery isn't rigged, giving the number one pick when the 7'5" French fry motherfucker Wembanyama is available, giving that number one pick to the San Antonio Spurs doesn't do anything to help you beat the allegations that it's rigged. Come on. We're supposed to believe this is on the up and up? Really? 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 If you were going to look before the draft and say, hey, if the NBA was going to rig this, where do you think you would go? One of the 2 or 3 spots you'd probably pick would be San Antonio, and they might not be 3rd or 2nd on your list. Just saying. Just saying. Next. I know it's a lottery and, you know, it's supposed to help prevent the tanking to some degree, which it does, I guess, in some cases, but not all of them. But goddamn, the Detroit Pistons got screwed. Well, I'm happy Wembanyama won't be playing in Detroit or Indiana for the next decade or so. I'm excited about that. If he wasn't going to be in Chicago, just don't let him be in the same damn division. But damn, How do the Pistons go from having the worst record in the league? Imagine being one of their fans right now as the Pistons, and you say, I watched that shit all year for them to end up with the 5th pick. Yeah, that's horse shit. I'm sorry. It should have been no worse than the 2nd overall pick. Like, if anybody could win number 1, and then after that it needs to fall in fucking line. That's horse shit. I'm sorry, it is. Especially in a draft like this that feels like it's got a clear-cut top 3 of Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, Brandon Miller, and then there's a drop-off. The Pistons end up in that drop-off. That sucks. And then as far as the Bulls, of course the fucking Bulls just had to run it back this year. Just had to try and double down so that way they win goddamn 10 seed and not make the playoffs. Therefore, screwing up, having a better chance of getting the generational talent in Chicago. Why would you want the fucking skyscraper to come into Chicago? You could have called them the new Sears Tower. All types of nicknames could have come. But no, just had to run it back with the 10th seed. Hashtag fire Acme. Oh, you're going to run it back next year, wait for Lonzo Ball to come back. Fucking idiots. Dipshits traded Wendell Carter Jr. and 2 lottery picks for Vucevic. Stupid, fucking stupid. Now, as far as this mock draft goes, obviously Wembanyama is going to the Spurs at number 1. Everybody knows that. Some intrigue is going to be around picks 2 and 3, although I think it most reasonably does feel right now that it's going to be Brandon Miller 2 to the Hornets, Scoot Henderson 3 to the Blazers, although you wonder whether Scoot Henderson's going to end up staying in Portland or if that pick could potentially be traded. We'll see. Meaning that this draft realistically starts with pick 4. And we'll see what Houston does there. I could see Thompson making a lot of sense for them, a bigger point guard that could help facilitate for some of that young talent they have there in Houston. But you look at this draft, a couple of things that stand out is that it lacks for, like, quality 5s, for sure, outside of Wembanyama. Like, there's clearly a lot of daylight between him and the next center in this class. Some of the power forwards in this class are either really light or they're short. Like, it's kind of weird, but kind of ties more into positionless modern NBA, frankly. But this draft is really deep if you're looking for a point guard, like a facilitator for your offense, combo guards, wings, your traditional 2-3 kind of like multi-positional wing players. Now, if you're looking for that talent in this draft, you're going to have plenty of that. If you're looking for bigs, there's only going to be a few of those that I think really have a chance to make a difference here. But it looks like so far a clear-cut top 3 and then some other intriguing prospects in the lottery. I'll be back with some more mock drafts in the coming weeks to let you know what I truly think about this year's draft class, but obviously it sucks if you were a fan hoping your team was going to win the lottery so you could get Wembanyama, and you didn't. As a Bulls fan, not only did they not win the lottery, they don't keep their lottery pick. It now goes to Orlando, and now they don't have a fucking pick on draft night. Bulls basketball!